Welcome to thewholewheat.com. I'm Kathy Wheat, and today I'd like to talk about cutting an onion. An onion is a very basic kitchen tool, actually. It's used in many dishes and almost daily. But most of us cut onions in a way that makes it a little bit dangerous and difficult to do. What I want to show you today is a way to do it very easily and simply and quickly. So it'll make your life a lot easier as you're using onions. So let's get started. Take your onion. First we're going to cut off this little hairy bit, the root end. Hold it steadily and slice right through. You'll have a nice flat area. I have a trash bowl I keep nearby. Get rid of any skin pieces. Put it on the flat end and we're going to cut it straight down the middle. We want to make two halves. Okay? Two halves. I get rid of the little skin pieces that flake off so that they don't stick to the onion. Actually, this is a good time to peel the halves now that we've gotten the hairy bits off. Just take off that outer layer. Make sure that none of the skin flakes stick to the onion pieces. There was one time when my husband was chopping onions for our tacos, and he didn't peel the skin off, and it made for a very interesting taco night experience to have all that skin in our onions. Okay, anyways. Take your first half, put it down flat. You have the little tip end over here, and you're going to take your knife and make sure you're gripping it firmly. With your other hand, you want to hold the onion in place, but keep your fingers up top out of the way. So you're going to cut parallel to the cutting board, and you might have to move it to the edge to make sure that you can cut completely through. You want to make about 2 or 3 cuts depending on the size of your onion in parallel fashion. So make sure that you're holding the onion firm. Don't cut all the way through. You cut to about here, about 1 inch left. And make sure that your fingers stay up. Just hold it in place, but don't cut your fingers. This is the only tricky part of this technique, I assure you. Okay, so we've got 3 cuts. The next part, I like to twist it and keep it more in line with the way I cut. So I've got the tip end now pointing forward. And we're going to cut some perpendicular lines into the onion. My hand might be blocking, but what I'm doing is this. And don't do that at home. Keep your hand up here so you can hold the onion in place. That keeps your fingers safe from the knife blade, and it also holds the onion very securely. Okay, so now you can see little pieces are starting to flake off, and that's fine. But now we've got parallel cuts and the perpendicular cuts to the cutting board. And turn it again. Now I'm right-handed, so I point the tip to the left. And what I'm going to do is just make downward parallel slices, just like this. Again, use your fingertips to hold the onion in place, but keep them out of the way of the knife. This is the point when my eyes start to tear up from the onions, so if that happens to you, just be careful. When you get to this very tip end, you want to be really careful holding it because it can slip, and you're going to get just a little bit left that you can throw away. And there you have perfectly cut onion, little cubes, all ready to go. So that's the easiest way to cut an onion. You would do the exact same thing on the second half, and maybe you don't need all of the onion for your recipe. In that case, what I like to do is put the half of the onion or whatever piece is left over either into little Ziploc bags or little freezer containers, and if I'm not going to need it the next day, then I'll put it in the freezer and I have cut up onion ready for whenever I need them. You can take them out frozen and toss them directly into a dish. They'll turn out great. So I hope that that is a helpful tip for you and that you'll be more comfortable cutting an onion. Once you get used to it, you'll find it's very quick and it's a great way to cut an onion. So thanks for joining us today, and I hope to see you again soon.